Welcome back to another episode of Quarter Horse Customs. We got Project Apocalypse, and I finally have some torque box reinforcement stuff that will hopefully help us stiffen the torque boxes. Because, you know, it was kind of a rusty car, so we did the best we could to repair some things, but I think these torque box reinforcements I got off my buddy Bill should help stiffen her up, especially for what we have coming next week. Next week, we will be installing these. Finally found some control arms my dad had, and they are the old Southside machine bars. But going solid means that there's going to be more load on those torque boxes, so anything I can do to stiffen them up is going to be a bonus. Plus, I'm probably going to do some welding around the torque boxes like we did on the lower, just to kind of help even more. Sorry we didn't get a video out last week. We've been kind of doing some home renovation stuff in the house, and my barn was packed full of crap. However, let's go ahead and get the car seat and the rear seat out, and I can show you how we actually fit the car seat in our Foxbody in the middle. Most of the time when people build a race car, the biggest thing is making sure that the driver is, number one, safe. That's their top goal in the whole thing. Well, I had two goals. One, I had to be safe in the driver's seat, and my munchkin had to be safe back here in her seat. Well, I didn't want her off to the side because, you know, this bar could be in the way, and this roll bar could be near her head. So, can't put her over there. Same reason that bar and that bar. So we wanted to put her here in the middle, except, I mean, heck, I don't even actually have seat belts back here. Ask Jared. So in order to put this seat in, we had to find a way to mount this seat down to the point where it's not going to go anywhere ever. So we used the little seatbelt anchors for the car seats, and they work pretty well, except for the fact that Foxbodies don't really have the anchors built in down here. So we found a plate that actually goes into the seat and takes the bottom two and the top one. Once I get this pulled out, I'll show you that plate. Hang on a second. Back here behind the seats is this plate that is still stuck right here. This is what makes the magic happen. So this goes behind the actual seat and lets us hook the top tether and then the loop around straps into one another through the seat itself. So as long as the seats aren't going anywhere, which trust me, they're not, I get this thing cinched down snug. She is not going anywhere. But, say if I do want to take it out and put like a JD back here, I can. I just got to go ahead and pop this bottom seat out, make sure there's nothing going to get caught on fire when we weld. And in case you didn't know how to pop these seats out, you kind of push down here, there's a little release. It's just hooked in here. So you push back, it'll pop out. See that little bar? See a little hook? Hooks onto that little piece of bar. That's all it is. And like that, the seat's out. And then you can see my main power wire runs here. I need a sweep underneath here, apparently. Oh, look, an egg. Toodler. That's my ground wire from my MSD box going straight to the battery. Some patchwork, but at least we won't catch the seat on fire now. Now that the rear seat's out, now we just got to get the axle out. Nope. Okay, that actually took way longer than it should have to get out. Lots of fighting with the bolts because I don't want to take the mufflers out. I didn't want to take the exhaust tips out either, but they're on the way of drilling these holes. And this has been a pain in the rear. So up underneath, you're supposed to drill up into the torque boxes for that guy. Well, I can't fit my drill in there, so I'm going to try to drill down. Hopefully I get close enough to line up. It just doesn't fit. And then I noticed I don't have any washers. I have pretty much everything but washers. So that's cool. Did break a drill bit. Basically what the plan is going to be is start those two, that one and that one over there, from up here, see if it kind of looks right, then drill down, then put up, then drill the holes that go this way. Hopefully from the bottom, if I can fit my drill in there. We'll see.
Can we see through there? Well, that plate's got to be aligned anyway. Holy cow, that's way off.
Hello?
Did I do this the right way?
Hello?
Oh, hey, look. All right, that one's close. So I'm going to assume that one's close. We just got to figure out what this is not aligning for. But like I said, fitting the drill in basically right against here just wasn't an option. Here it kind of worked because I kind of, just back here wasn't going to fit. Don't mind my horrible boxes. Hopefully these will help just keep these pieces in. All right, figure out why this ain't lining up. Get that bolt in next.
Okay, now we should be able to take our plates.
Hopefully you guys can see because I gotta use both hands. Aha! Hole. And second one. Okay, a little bit of a snug fit on that side. Bolts. Oh yeah, I'm so glad it's as easy as that 5-minute LMR video. Hey-ya! Okay. Okay, let's go up top and put some bolts in.
Well, I just realized something. 5.0, Resto, or whatever they are really genius. Make their parts, don't give out constructions. But if you want to figure it out, go watch their videos on their YouTube. That's pretty clever. Now they're making money both ways. I just hope these things do what they're supposed to, because this is a pain. Now I have to drill more holes this way, that one, and that one. Done this before and it actually worked. Let me know in the comments, because if not, and I'm wasting my time, it's not fun. I guess now I have my witness marks. I can drill those holes out, pop the last 4 frickin' bolts in, and I'm done with that. And now I gotta move on to wherever the lowers that are over there. Oh boy, so much more hardware. Now I'm sitting here questioning my sanity. There's my hole. My other hole should be in here somewhere. There's no hole. Then I'm like, wait a minute. There it is. I found it. Oh man. I was worried. Okie dokie, after an annoying amount of time, this side's almost done. I just gotta wait till I get someone to help hold the inside, the underside, so that way I can tighten that last one up. But that's what it should look like. I'm gonna go ahead and do that side, get this all vacuumed out, and then we can start on the lower floor plates for the lower torque box reinforcements, and then I can just put all this crap back away and pretend like we were never in here. Well, I think I got them in this time. They're in there. I was thinking about just saying, screw it, we're just not even going to make the rest of this video because this job is not going to plan whatsoever. But then I realized, I'm just like you guys. Not everything goes to plan. And that's how your project probably is. It's how that piece of crap back there is. But I mean, we're still doing it. I'm going to go ahead and start on the lowers. Hopefully that's going to be easy. My thought process is here. This goes into where your torque box bolt is for your control arm. And this fella only fits on here one way.
See, that one don't work. I think I'll go something like this. So it goes like that. So I think, and then the tilt, yep, so this would go on this side like that. So what I might do is go ahead and leave this up here as a template. And then as I drill my holes in, from the bottom, if I can't get to a certain hole, we'll just drill out the ones I can, put bolts in, and drill out the others and from the top, and put this in. Okay, now that grommet's out. Now I should be able to wiggle this guy up. Put in the bolt this time, I think. Where's the hole? I lost it again. What the heck is the problem? Okay, like that. See? It's in. And now I should be able to drill me holes and put in. Nope, that's way off the floor. Okay, yeah, we are up against the floor. So that hole's already there, so I should be able to drill a hole here and just tap the two holes from the top. And that should save me a lot of time. And then this will go on top and sandwich in between and supposedly make that stronger. Alright, my personal overview. Upper torque boxes suck. Get help. Get help. Don't do it yourself. Lower torque box reinforcements. Once that bolt's lined up, you drill that hole. Those two you don't even have to do from underneath because you just put the plate on top, use it as a template, and you drill the holes, you're done. However, because of the way everything is, I'm not going to put those 4 bolts tight until I have a control arm in to make sure that it's not going to like pull down and misalign for when I go to put this in later and have it, so I have to loosen it and drop it down to put the hole in, or up or down, so that way, basically, just going to wait, put that bolt in with the new control arm, then tighten those bolts up. I will be back when I get this mess, and that mess started to be converted over to our south side bars and get rid of these guys. Which, if you didn't watch last week, the whole reason I started this, you see the play that bushing has? Well, that's nothing compared to this one. I mean, that thing is, holy crap. So that's what started all this. And I wanted to get some reinforcements in the car just because I wanted my uppers to be safer. And man, not fun, but got it done. See you in a little bit. Well, we got the rear seat nice and cleaned up. Took it to the little Bissell shampooer. Now what's left is to put this bracket in. That'll go pretty much like this behind the seat. And then we'll put the car seat down. Your lower anchors are attached there, upper are attached there. We usually put coolers and stuff off to the side. But we're going to go ahead and throw this in, get the toddler seat in, and call it a night. So to put this guy in, I can just fold my seat forward. And I usually just shove it down in here. Yep, just like that. So he's going to sit in here under the seats. And then we'll put this back, but I don't want to lock it yet because I have to finagle the upper loop down here after I get these in. And this is the fun part of having a roll cage. How did we get the car seat in?
I don't know.
How did we get the car seat out? Phone mount, phone mount. Tilt it. Nope. There we go. What are we stuck on?
The seat. There we go.
Well, that shouldn't be that. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, that looks right.
Yeah.
All right, and then the harness.
You have to make sure that it's flat, too.
Yeah. My side's good. Nope, do your side first. My side's latched. Your side?
I can't reach it.
Okay, I'm
You
coming
might
over.
have to come over.
And then this side is the same thing. So you gotta have enough slack to be able to get this bugger in here. And they say Foxbodies aren't family cars. Okay, now that that's done, that's just step one. Now the final piece is I gotta push the seats forward. And then I gotta take this last clamp with some slack. And it clips to this bugger right here, which is really fun to get to. And then those hold against the back of the seats. This comes up. You want to make sure to have it straight. Now, I can start tightening it. As tight as humanly possible.
Once you get that bottom done too.
Now I gotta crawl out of here and do the other ones. Help.
Me understand.
Yep. A trick I found is to kind of push the car seat in as tight as possible before you start pulling slack. You want to push that side in?
Yes. You're getting it.
Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in.
Okay.
You should stop making me take this fucker out.
I haven't made you take it out. Push it in again.
One pull. There it goes. All right, pushing this side. Pull the slack out.
Once you push down in the seat too, that helps.
It just won't tighten.
As long as there's not 1 inch of movement in there, and it looks like it's pretty tight.
Top's loose. All right, that's pretty solid. I gotta do a little more tightening on the top, but this bottom, well,
It's the seat moving, not the...
it ain't coming out. And then I got just that little bit to tighten on the top, and then she'll be the safest person in this whole car with the padding and the roll cage going around her. I think it's almost bedtime.
It's midnight.
Oh, in case you're wondering, I got tired of trying to undo this little clip, so I just cut the bottom of the halo off. That's why I can put my halo in and out whenever I want. So if you have halos and you have a race car set up, I'd recommend doing it, because I can just pull this up, pop it in whenever I want. Best thing I did. One of. Wake me up in the morning.
Hey, it's in the morning.
Oh! There's a window there. It's so clean I couldn't see it. Oh no, it's actually quite dirty. Alright, I'm going to call that a wrap. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe. Tune in next week. We'll do upper and lower control arms. Yay. Again, thank you for watching, putting up with me. Hope to see you guys out there on a drag and drive.